All right, so we're going to kick off our Python unit, and Python is a programming language that kind of builds off what we're doing in Scratch. It's going to have a lot of the same features, if statements, variables, and we can do a lot of really neat things with it. So let's just get comfortable with it. The first thing is we're going to be using Notepad++. So if you go down to your search bar and type in Notepad++, or I think most of the computers it's on your desktop. Yeah, open up one of these and create a new document. The first thing is, just like HTML and CSS, we're going to have to be careful how we save it. So the extension for these documents, let's call this first take, and you have to label it as a .py. So I'm going to just save this like this, and that'll change it. That'll change this, but if we want to be doubly sure, we do that. So now we have a Python file, and it'll know to run in Python. So one of the first things, and you should code along with this, and in each step, make sure you run the program to make sure it works. So one of the most basic things we can do is we can have it print us out something. So I'm going to have it print out, snow cones are the worst food ever. Okay? Maybe snow cones are 2 words. So I'm going to just save this real quick, and I'm going to see what that does. So up here in the plugins thing, that's how we're going to run these programs. And if you notice, if you go to the Python Interactive, that's the one that we're going to use. So when I run it like this, it's going to pop up a window like this, and it's just going to say back to me, snow cones are the worst food ever. I could print multiple things, right? And so basically what you want is you want this parenthesis to close that parenthesis, and it's going to print everything between these parentheses, yeah, quotation marks, I mean. So I can print something else here and say, never mind, what do I really hate? Bubblegum. Okay, so now when I save this and I print it and run it, it's going to happen both simultaneously, right? Now if you just are printing, there's no way for the user, you see how I'm on like the next line? It has, I mean, I can't interact with this program at all, right? I'm just typing in random stuff. There's nothing really I can do with it. And obviously we're going to want to interact with them. Okay, so in Scratch we have that idea of creating a variable. So I'm going to create a variable called favorite food, right? And remember, a variable is just a way to store information. And so what I'm going to do with this variable is I'm going to ask the user what their favorite food is. And so it's going to be stored in this favorite food variable. So I'm going to say whatever they input to the following question, right? So whatever they answer, whatever the input is to this question, that's going to become their favorite food. So I'm going to say, what is your favorite food? That's how you spell favorite, but they're not liking it. Oh yeah, must be French Canadian. Okay, so let's see how that changes our program. And every time I'm running my program, save and run your program, just make sure we're all on the same page here. So I'm going to run it, and it says, snow cones are the worst food ever. Never mind, bubblegum is the worst food ever. What's your favorite food? And I'll say bacon and chicken wings. You didn't see that, but I pressed enter there, and it didn't spit anything back out to me, but the program now knows that the variable favorite food equals bacon and chicken wings. Right? The way that we can use these things is I can say, now I can have the computer print that back out to me. And I'm gonna do something now. I'll explain it. So I'll say, I see. the next time I have okay. So you can kind of get the idea of what I'm going to be trying to do here. I now know what their favorite food is because they told me. And so I'm just saying, oh, okay, next time I have, and then I left this little blank spot with the curly Q brackets. I'll make sure to invite you over, right? The thing is, I want to be able to tell the computer to put whatever they said for favorite food inside this curly bracket. So the way you do that is you go all the way to the end. And right here, I'm going to do dot format, right? And I'm going to say that this thing right here, I'm going to label as favorite food. So it knows that the first, the thing that I'm referring to with the curly brackets is going to be favorite food. And I'm going to put, so that these parentheses close each other. And then I have this parenthesis that's still unclosed. So I need to put a second one right there. Okay. So now I'm going to run my thing and I'm going to say, okay, run in Python Interactive. It says, okay, snow cones are the worst food ever. Never mind bubblegum. What's your favorite food? And I'm going to say deep fried pickles. Okay. So now when I click enter, hopefully it'll print back that other thing to me. Okay. I see the next time I have deep fried pickles, I'll make sure to invite you over. Right? So it dropped it in there. Now I can create multiple variables. Like I could create favorite drink and have that be whatever the input of what do you like to drink with that. So now I have a favorite drink, right? So it runs all these things in order, right? So it's going to print this, ask this, and then finally print out our result. Okay. And so I'm going to add a place to put a favorite drink in there. Okay, so the next time I have blank and am drinking blank, I'll make sure to invite you over. So now I'm having it print out two variables. The first one is favorite food. The second one is favorite drink. So when I go to my format thing, the first thing I want it to print out is favorite food. The next thing is favorite drink. As we get going more on this, you could have 4 or 5 things that are in this list, right? All right, so let's pray I closed all the parentheses and ran this right. Let's run it right here. What's your favorite food ever? I like Captain Crunch with chocolate syrup. I know I misspelled chocolate. What do you like to drink with that? Bacon grease. Okay. Okay, so the next time I have Captain Crunch with chocolate syrup and am drinking bacon grease, I'll make sure to invite you over. Thanks. Thanks, computer program. And that's the basics of how to create variables and print them back to you.